Hello everyone again. It's going to be episode 2. I'll be showing you how to get started with the software after you've installed it and everything ran, hopefully just fine. You'll be going into your web browser, putting in portal. If you're logged in, you're going to be logged in. If not, enter your username and password, which is again account initially. After you log in, you're going to be on the main page. And to get started, there is a person icon that you should click and go into settings. After you go into your settings, you're able to put your information in here, such as company name, address, city, state, zip code, phone number, fax number. There's also jobs. I'll be showing this later on. Attendance, which is for the attendance in the calendar. You can set up if you are using first, second, and third shifts, you can set up the times when they come in. You can put the first shift automatic lunch subtraction, second, third shift, then consider if an employee is late after consider half day after how many hours. So pretty much if an employee worked less than the specified amount in here, the system will show you that they worked only a half day. Also, they will be considered late after the put amount here. So if you put 7 minutes, your employees will be considered late after clocking in at 8:08 or 4:08 for second shift, and so on. Now, the round time clock option here is you can count every minute or you can round down every 6 minutes. For the notifications here, you are able to turn them on and off completely. Notify if employee forgot to clock out, a notification will pop up right here, and then you will know that someone forgot to clock out, for example, yesterday, and they tried to clock in today. Notify if a spending margin for a job is exceeded, which you can control in your jobs. Notified about an employee's birthday, if it was late, and if it was late so many days in a row. Pretty much if your employee is going to be late 3, 4, 5 days in a row, it's going to give you a notification. And the same with notifications about delivery date coming in. So let's say if your due date is within 5 days, it's going to start giving you notifications every day that it's due within 5, 4, 3, and so on. Now, your default settings here is where you can actually upload your logo that will display on all your invoices, quotations, etc. You can select your time zone on which your software will run. You can put your default runtime rate for quotes, setup rate, labor rate, default tax charge, whether you charge taxes or not. It's going to default out in every setting in quotes. You can put a custom line, up to 3 custom lines in every quote, any sort of numbers or whatever you might need. You can type in your quote terms and conditions, and you can also add operation types and operation names for your quotes. Inventory, email addresses where your reorder emails are going to be going. And then for jobs control, you have your hourly shop overhead cost, which you can determine and put here. That's going to reflect in your jobs performance. And choose how the default traveler number counts. So you can choose increment traveler number each print or display traveler number as job number. So if your job number is 101, your traveler number is going to be 101. But increment traveler number means that on each press of the print traveler button, it will increment the number of the traveler. So even if you already printed the traveler and your traveler number is 1, and you go ahead and click print again, it's going to be 2. And even if it's 2 and then in a couple of let's say a couple days you come and print the traveler again, it's going to still increment the number. And if you've printed many other travelers before, it's going to show you that number. So if you printed 10 travelers before that, this one is going to be the 11th one. And that's just for tracking the copies of travelers. On the invoices, you can also choose the email that will be displayed on the invoice, choose your tax rate, also have 3 custom lines that you can display and your terms and conditions. On the purchase orders, you have your purchase order terms and conditions and email address. Now, profile settings, you can change your password here for the account that you're logged in with. And then in user accounts, you're able to create 2 different users. There's create a user that's only for this main screen and nothing else. There are also user privileges. So if you select all, then the user that you create here will have the ability to see every tab that's here. Now, if you only select a couple, let's say only work schedule and inventory, for example, that user account will only have access to the inventory tab and to the work schedule tab. Every other tab will not be accessible by that user. So that's, for example, that's what I do in my inventory room where I have all my end mills. The computer that sits there only has access to the work schedule and the inventory. So I can pull my tools and track my inventory from there. And then the shop view user is actually the user that you're going to use for tracking jobs and on the shop floor. So let's say if you put a computer on the shop floor, or you put multiple iPads and different machines, this is the user that you will be using. So I'm going to show you how this works. For example, your shop view user is, let's say for engineering, for instance. You don't put a machine name if it's not a dedicated user, machine user. So pretty much if, let's say I have iPads on every machine, and those iPads are tied to my machine. So I have a VF2, VF4, I have a lathe, and so on. So I have individual users for each machine, and those iPads stay there. So I can track my machine time, I can track who was working on the machine and when they were working on the machine. So your machine name stays blank if it's just the regular user and not tied to a machine. So I'm going to create that. And then I'm also going to create a machine user. So I created these, I think I clicked it twice. So I created both users. Now, in order to access that, you can click on the person icon and select Shop View Login, which will redirect you to a login page, which will say Login to Shop View. And here you do go ahead and put your credentials. For example, this credentials, which is not the machine, it's shop. So I log in, and this is a completely different view than you just saw. And you're able to clock in, clock out an employee. These 2 buttons here, clock in and clock out, are purely for attendance tracking, nothing else. So let's say I have a employee here that's named employee placeholder. I'm going to view it, and my employee ID is 111. So if I come into work, I'm going to clock in 111. Says that I've successfully clocked in. If there's going to be an error, or if you forgot to clock out, you're still clocked in, it will tell you. So after I've clocked in to work, I can use the other job logs. So here, when you click on job log, you're going to put your employee ID number, and it's going to say employee placeholders, current jobs. And from here, you can go ahead and open a job, close a job for that one employee. And if you do not use this window and nobody's moving the mouse, clicking the keyboard, it will automatically log you out from this one employee. So essentially, it's going to do the same thing as I will click exit. It's going to go back to the main data table and it will show you every single job that's logged in right now with the clock in and clock out buttons also available. Now I'm going to log out from the shop view and log in into machine view. So machine, log in. This is a completely different view again. Like I've mentioned, this is meant for individual machine tracking. So once you're also able to clock in and clock out from here, but once you press job log and enter your ID number, your screen changes completely and it says that your machine is machine, operator name, employee placeholder, machine status, current cycle time, selected job mode, etc. So this actually allows you to track every job. And I will go into detail more in different videos. This was just to get you started and what the other logins are on which people get confused. So thank you and have a great day.